Hello, today I'm going to show you how you can make your own hood loop for cheap. A hood loop is an add-on that goes onto a camera screen to see the picture in bright light or when shooting video on a DSLR. And along the way, I'll also show you how you can attach the hood loop more securely without using rubber bands or just your hands. Conventional hood loops that you can buy online and at stores are very expensive. They can go from $100 to $200 depending on the size. This one here is for 3.2-inch screens and it is way over $150. So to make your DIY hood loop, you're gonna need a couple of things. The first thing, or probably the most important thing, is a magnifying glass. This is just a normal magnifying glass you can find almost anywhere. It should be a bit small, not big magnifying glasses like these ones are a bit too big. One about 1.5 inches, an inch in diameter or size is probably sufficient. You'll also need cardboard or preferably cardstock. This is just some cardboard I got from somewhere else. It's pretty thin, it's pretty flimsy, it's pretty weak, so I'm probably going to stack two of them together to try to make it more rigid. So try to go with very thick material like notepad covers. Some of those are pretty strong paper. Book covers if you don't need them. So go with something rigid and strong, and preferably paper because it's easier to handle and cut. You can also use plastic as well if you have the right tools. Something like a hacksaw could do a good job for that, but I'm not going to. You'll also need some scissors or multi-tool or knife. This one has a knife as well. And probably one of the most important parts, hot glue. Hot glue as well. And very important, you shouldn't start your project without this duct tape. It's gonna give it a cleaner look, at least for me. You can go with black colored duct tape or other colored duct tape as well. Yeah, that's about what you'll need. Let's get started. So I kind of have all my 4 pieces sketched out right here. These parts are easy to make, so I'll just leave it out for now. It's the bigger parts that you have to worry about. Now, to measure this, the walls of the hood loop itself, you need to know how long your magnifying glass is, well, the big chunk of your magnifying glass, and how long your screen is on the bottom. So you can kind of see here, you might not see it, but the bottom part of my screen is 3 inches. So this part is, the longer part is going to be 3 inches as well. My magnifying glass, your magnifying glass will vary. Preferably it's a square one. If it's a round one, you kind of want to get some cardboard like this. Put the magnifying glass in, not this big one, but make it square because it's easier to work with that way. So that's about the size of the magnifying glass itself. Once you have that two lines drawn, you want to measure the distance from the screen and your eye. So put the magnifying glass up to your eye and adjust how long the focus of the magnifying glass, and see how far away you need to be to see the screen itself while seeing the whole thing and in focus. So once you measure the distance from the screen itself, that's how long your line should be, and you just kind of slide it there. You make two of those, and you make something like this. Now this is easier to make. The longer end is how long the distance between the magnifying glass and your screen. You should have measured that before. And the shorter side is the shorter side on the screen itself. So they're basically gonna go kind of like that. So I'm just gonna cut these out and get ready to tape them together. So now I have all the pieces right here. So let's say this is my camera screen. These are going to go just, God damn it, like this. Like this. So what we're gonna do is just glue these pieces together with your hot glue. I've heated this up right before. I'm just gonna have to glue the bigger one. There we go. Ow. It's hot. We're just gonna glue these two pieces on your bigger piece. And it's just gonna be like that. You just need to make sure that this is 90 degrees from the other thing itself. I'm just gonna adjust this. There we go. Once it's cool enough, you can kind of use your finger to smooth it out. And if you are careful, you can use a lighter to heat it up back in order to make it look a bit more pretty. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Ah. Don't do that. Use something else. Now here comes the magnifying glass. It's gonna sit right there like so. But before that, we're gonna get some duct tape and secure the inside of the screen because it may flap around. Just gonna see how long that is. Cut it in half again. And this is just gonna go right in there, like so. And the other piece as well just goes right in there, like so. And we're gonna do the same to the outside as well. So again, measure, well, not measure, see how long it is. Same thing with your knife, cut it, and then half again. You kind of want to just get on there to prevent it from moving around too much. Now, you can go on to either cover it up with duct tape or paint it if you don't like the cardboard itself. I just cover the whole thing up in duct tape. Now that's done. Now we need to put on the magnifying glass. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get some hot glue. Just gonna run it the side of the magnifying glass. Oh, that's really hot. That's steaming. So just on the shorter side, I'm just gonna glue it in like so. Now I'm gonna get a piece of cardboard. I'm gonna flatten it out just to make it look cleaner. And we're gonna do here is just there we go. Now we can just glue this in there as well. Glue here. Also, there we go. Now we're just gonna wait for it to cool. My magnifying glass itself is a little bit off-centered. So normally what you want to do is either cut that part off or add some cardboard on the other side in order to keep it well. Now, same thing, I'm gonna get some duct tape. I'm just gonna cover the inside up and just secure it more. there we go. That's kind of secure. I'm also gonna glue. There we go. And that is going on as well. Just gonna you can kind of see it's a bit off-centered. This is not off-centered, but the angle is a little bit shifting that way. And that allows my glass part of the magnifying glass to be facing the middle of the screen. Now what we're gonna do is run some hot glue. Second, I'm just gonna trim this. It is a bit longer than I want it to be. I'm just gonna hot glue here and hot glue here. I'm just gonna put it on there like so. There we go. And same thing here, I'm just gonna and just for added security, I'm just gonna put some duct tape on there just to make sure it doesn't fall out or anything. I don't really mind the creases. And that's the basic hood loop that you can use with your camera screen like so. I just checked it with my phone. Looks pretty nice. This is a tip I learned the hard way. Clean up as you go. And try not to get any glue stuck on the table. It's a pain to clean off. That's already stuck. There we go. And I also talked about actually attaching it to the camera, to the camera itself, not just holding it like so and it's a bit flimsy or something like that. So I'm going to show you how you can actually mount this on the camera more securely. So the first option is to use rubber band. You can have pieces of cardboard extending that way and use rubber bands to hook it up to a camera. That's actually how some hood loops work. Second option is using the tripod screw on the bottom of the camera. This is for dish only. This works better if the screen is closer to the bottom of the camera itself. The Sony NEX lines and Sony NEX lines, Sony Alpha A 5000, 5100, 6000, 6300, and I don't know about the A7, but I think those work as well. If your screen is a bit away from the bottom and you find your hood loop this loop to not covering the whole screen, you can add some more cardboard to the bottom. But basic is you have something like a big rod. One side's gonna have a big cutout like so, and that's basically it. So this is where the tripod screw goes. This is the hood loop, let's say. That's the camera. That's a cutout, and you can use something like a screw, or what I have here is a bicycle handlebar mount. This can also function as a vertical grip as well. So we're gonna do, we're just gonna cut this out. This is really flimsy, so use some really strong cardboard. Cut that out. And this is a bit too flimsy for my taste, so layers upon layers of duct tape will fix that issue. I'm just gonna roll it like so. And there we go. I'm gonna have go. Now we just have to attach it to the hood loop itself. I'm just gonna cut a bit longer. There we go. Now we're just gonna have some hot glue on the bottom. On the cardboard part, not the duct tape part. And I'm also going to put some glue on the duct tape part, but you kind of want to scuff it up a little bit so the glue can stick better. That will just go smack in the middle of your homemade hood loop. Ow. And using this, you can just use the screw to mount the hood loop to your camera. You can use a bit of tape at a time to make it more secure. And you can also cover it up with different tapes or stickers, or paint it if you want to, again. If you wanna see it in action, or make it look better. So that's it. So here's my Sony NEX6 camera with your own hood loop that we just made. It's just gonna fit right there. Just to right there. We're gonna use this bike mount to mount it on the camera. Just like so. You can, and I recommend you to, actually use a little bit of tape just there to secure it, but it works very nice. You can see everything on the menu. Yeah, it's very good. I'll show you some test footage right now. The hood loop in action. You can see that it's mounted with a tripod handlebar mount, and actually makes it also as kind of a pistol grip as well. And if you look into the screen, you can basically see that it works like electronic viewfinder. You can see all the menus and see what's gonna be on the camera in real time. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.